Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Parashat portion Chayei Sarah, the life of Sara. In the portion of the life of Sarah, we read about the death of Sarah. And it said that she was 127 years old. The commentaries on the spot describe this the way it was said 100 years and 20 years and 7 years old into three elements. She was naive and righteous like a 7 years old kid. She was 20 years old in her beauty. And she was 100 years old in her wisdom. In the portion of the death of Sarah, we read about life. We understand how somebody can bring his life into a different dimension. Taking every part of your life and taking the most of it. Usually when people look at kids, it looks like something temporary that, they're only children, but it's going to pass. They're going to be adults. We need to prepare them for adulthood. Being 7 also means that you can leave the naivety, this righteousness of a kid who's 7 who cannot hurt anybody, always positive, always happy. 20, in the physicality world, 20 is you're not a kid anymore. You're just beginning your adulthood, but you're physically ready and prepared. But in that time also begins to kick in all the bad things, the pleasures in life, the lust. Leave that. Just 1 minute. Capture the time when you have full power of your body and yet you're not fallen into all the necessities of life. And 100 years. We look at old people sometimes and we say, they're old. No, they have wisdom. 120 years and 7 years, Sarah's life. And this week we read about Abraham buying a piece of land in Hebron. Hebron will be the place where Sarah is going to be buried and Abraham is going to be buried later. Isaac, Rebecca, Jacob, and Leah. He buys this piece of land, and although he was offered to free of charge, he understands that people are going to question him. They're either going to say, we gave it to you now and we want it back, or they're going to say, show us proof. And this week portion, we read about the longest existence certified agreement. We bought the land. If you ever, in this time in Israel, you will know that in Hebron, in this week portion, hundreds of thousands of teenagers or families come to reunite with the city of Hebron. In Hebrew, Hebron comes for the word connect. להתחבר, to connect. Friend, חבר. In the city of Hebron started the wildest, longest connections to the land. After Abraham was promised the land in the day of Moreh in Shechem, after a journey in Beersheba, Sarah is going to be buried in Hebron. And forevermore, we're going to look at this place that was purchased in an agreement, and it's going to say, this is where our grandmother is buried. We have the strongest connection to this place. Many people are going to ask and wonder and try to figure out the connection, but we have the living proof. This is a place where my grandmother is buried. It's not going to stop. Forevermore, we're going to be connected to the city of Hebron. Hebron, the connection spot of the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom.